Welcome to the Glitch Report, your daily marketing botcast. Brought to you by Leadpages. Here are our hosts, Kai and Luna.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into some really cool marketing trends today. We've got three big things to unpack today.
He's going to be good.
Cyber Week 2024, what's coming up?
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, and then anything Google says is big news, so
Always.
we'll look at what John Mueller over at Google said about how long your content should be.
SEO stuff.
And last but not least...
Got to stay on top of the algorithm.
Exactly. So we're going to look at Threads and X, Twitter.
What they're doing to try and keep people on their apps.
Yep, new features, all that.
This is going to be interesting because, all this stuff kind of points to the same thing.
Oh, how so?
Well, the whole marketing world's shifting.
Yeah, things change so fast.
It's not like the old days anymore.
Right, like just put up a sale sign and boom,
Yeah.
customers.
People are smarter now.
Okay, so let's get into it. Cyber Week first, right?
Let's do it. I mean, it's like the Super Bowl for retail.
Huge.
Last year, get this, $38 billion total sales.
Wow.
But, and here's the thing, that sounds amazing, but with inflation, some sellers didn't really make more than the year before.
See, and that's what I mean about customers being savvy.
So true.
They're not just jumping at any deal anymore.
But doing their research.
Totally comparing prices.
Right.
Waiting for something really good.
So you can't just trick people with a sale sign.
Nope. They want real value.
And speaking of how shoppers are changing,
Yeah?
67% of them, they'd rather shop Cyber Week online.
Not surprising.
Right. Everyone's on their phones anyway.
It shows how much we're all moving to online shopping.
So does that mean, actual stores are dead?
Not quite.
Okay, good. Because I still like going to stores.
Me too. But the thing is, smaller stores, they're getting creative.
Oh, how so?
They're realizing they can't beat the big guys on huge sale days like that.
What are they doing?
They're doing their own thing. Niche events, rewarding loyal customers, giving good deals all year round.
Interesting. So they're playing a different game.
Exactly.
Okay, so if someone's listening and they're not like, Amazon, what does this mean for them?
The good question. So here's the thing. Be honest.
You mean with pricing and sales?
Yeah. People can smell a fake sale a mile away.
So true.
No more tricking people. Be upfront about costs. Explain your discounts clearly.
No more hiding behind confusing fine print.
Exactly. And remember Cyber Monday. That's becoming even bigger than Black Friday.
Really?
Yeah, so think about early bird discounts just for Cyber Monday, or even partner with, influencers to get people excited.
Oh, like a Cyber Monday influencer takeover.
Exactly.
That's smart. Okay, so we've got shoppers who know what's up, smaller stores finding their own way.
And now we got to see what Google says.
Right, because they basically control the internet, so
Pretty much.
this is about content marketing, right?
Yep. Someone asked John Mueller, he's a big deal at Google, how long should your content be for, good SEO?
And what'd he say?
Before we get to that, the question itself is kind of a trap.
How so?
It assumes there's some magic formula for how many words you write to get Google to
Yeah, right. There's some secret number.
But Google's way smarter than that.
Oh, good.
Their whole system is built to find good content, not content just trying to cheat the system.
Makes sense.
In fact, if you focus too much on SEO tricks, it can hurt you.
Oh, wow. So what did Mueller say?
He said focus on giving unique value.
Okay, but what does that even mean?
It's not about just adding more words or pictures for no reason.
Right, got to make it actually good.
Exactly. It's about giving your audience something they actually need, something they can't find anywhere else.
So what that no one else does?
Yeah, have you solved a problem that your audience is struggling with?
So share that, not just fluff.
Right, that's where the real value is.
Okay, so it's not about tricking Google, it's about actually helping people.
Bingo.
And speaking of helping people, let's talk Threads and X, formerly Twitter.
Oh yeah, the battle for our attention spans.
It seems like every app is adding new features constantly.
They're all fighting to keep us scrolling.
So why all this innovation all of a sudden?
It's a battle for attention, plain and simple.
Makes sense. Got to give people a reason to stick around.
Exactly.
So what's got you excited? Any standout features?
Well, Threads, they're doing something really cool. They're giving more educational insights.
Interesting. Like how?
Sharing best practices, tips based on data, even real examples from popular creators.
Oh, so you can learn from the best.
Yep, it's like a masterclass in making great content.
And what about X?
They're rolling out this new tool called Radar.
I've heard of that. It's about trends, right?
Yeah, like what's about to go viral.
Who doesn't want to know that?
Exactly. So with Radar, you can track certain keywords, see what's gaining traction. Then you can make your content more relevant, more timely.
So you're in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
Okay, so Threads is about education, X is about predicting what's hot. Which one are you more into?
Ooh, tough choice. But, I gotta say, I'm really into what Threads is doing with the whole educational thing.
Yeah, like learning from the best instead of trying to figure everything out yourself.
Exactly. And remember, these platforms, they're always changing.
So true. What works today might be old news tomorrow.
You gotta stay flexible.
Right. Speaking of keeping up with things, remember when we were talking about Cyber Week?
Yeah.
And how people are getting more skeptical about deals?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Like one article you sent said 34% of shoppers think the sales are exaggerated.
Wow, that many.
Yeah, and 20% think stores just jack up the price before marking it down.
Oh, so they think it's not a real sale.
Exactly. So what do you think about that?
Well, it just shows you got to build trust with your audience.
Yeah, you can't just shout limited time offer all the time.
People will tune you out.
So how do you show people you're not trying to trick them?
Transparency, got to be upfront about your pricing and your sales.
No more hiding behind confusing terms and conditions.
Right, if you're giving a real discount, show people how you got to that price.
Like show your work back in school.
Exactly. It shows you're being honest.
And it's not just about the price, right?
No, be honest about what you're selling too.
Don't promise something you can't deliver.
Exactly. Build a reputation for being straight with people.
So they'll trust you even during the craziness of Cyber Week.
It's about relationships, not just trying to make a quick buck.
Right. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about with Google.
Oh yeah, the whole unique value thing.
You got to give people something they actually need.
Think about it. What problem are you solving for your customers?
What can you share that makes their lives better or easier?
And how do you make it interesting?
Because there's so much information out there already.
That's where you got to get creative.
Tell a good story.
Even if you have the best information in the world, if you can't communicate it well, it doesn't matter.
So it's like a delicious meal, right?
Yeah.
You need good ingredients, but you also need a good chef.
You got it.
And you're not just competing with other businesses in your field.
It's every piece of content out there vying for attention.
So how do you stand out?
Well, there's no easy answer, but I think it starts with understanding your audience.
Knowing what they're interested in.
What they need, what their problems are.
And then you can create content specifically for them.
Exactly, something that really speaks to their needs and wants.
And then you got to promote it the right way.
Use the platforms they're actually on.
Which brings us back to Threads and X.
They're trying to help creators navigate all of this.
Giving them tools and resources to be successful.
Whether it's tips, examples, or trend analysis.
They know that their success depends on the success of their creators.
It's a win-win.
It's cool to see them investing in their communities.
It shows they care about helping people grow.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
Cyber Week, content marketing, the latest from Threads and X.
What are some key things our listeners should take away from all this?
I think the big takeaway is you got to be adaptable.
Things change so fast in marketing.
To people who can adjust quickly, they're the ones who will succeed.
Got to be able to roll with the punches.
Shoppers are getting smarter. Algorithms are getting more complex, new features all the time.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed.
It definitely is, but it's also exciting. There's so much opportunity out there.
So for someone listening who's feeling a little overwhelmed, what's one piece of advice?
Focus on building real connections with your audience.
Because at the end of the day, marketing is about people, right?
Absolutely. It's about understanding people and giving them something valuable.
If you can do that, you're on the right track.
No matter what changes come your way.
Great advice. So to wrap up our deep dive, we've looked at how Cyber Week's changing, the need to give real value in your content, and the new things Threads and X are doing. And as we wrap up all these marketing trends, I kind of want to leave everyone listening with something to think about.
What's that?
It's a lot to take in, right? So much changing information overload.
Definitely.
So in all of that, what's the one thing, the one thing you're going to focus on to really stand out?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's something every marketer has to figure out, what works for them.
But doesn't it always come back to being genuine, being real?
100%. Authenticity. That's what cuts through all the noise.
When everything's so polished, gotta be real.
Yeah, people can tell when you're faking it.
Totally. But when they feel like you get them, like you're talking directly to them.
That's when it clicks.
So there you have it, folks. Smart shoppers, real value, and being authentic.
Those are the big things to remember.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into marketing. We'll see you next time.